Welcome, everybody, to episode 20 of Smack Talk here at smark@moment.com. I'm your host, as always, Tony Mango. With me, the three usual suspects, Braden Mayhew, Mike Burhan, Chris Dace. How's it going with all you guys this week?
Woo!
I second that.
Still that enthusiasm, even on the third take. I love it.
Yeah, you're not going to get that enthusiasm from me today because this has been a frustrating day. And my fucking throat's all messed up and, yeah, so.
And TNA's on the horizon, so it's understandable.
Yeah, that only makes it that much worse, doesn't it? That's like, take a swollen gland and then punch me in the face while we're at it. Oh, fucking TNA.
Anal rape by Dixie Carter. That's my analogy.
And there's the first anal joke of the week.
There always has to be one.
That and fuck the Ultimate Warrior.
Right.
Oh, God.
So we've got 4 parts this week instead of the past few where we've only had 3. We've got the typical Ask Him and the hot tags coming up in this part. Part 2, we're going to have a little bit of discussion of the hottest Divas and Knockouts tournament. Part 3, we're going to go over the Rock and Cena feud. And finally, we're going to, unfortunately, end it off with TNA Victory Road predictions. But before we get into that, let's go into the Ask Him of the week. What do you got for us?
Ask Him.
We're going to do a free-for-all this week, right? Anybody can
Yeah.
answer? Because I keep getting them wrong.
So this is not just applicable to Tony Mango, and if they do get it wrong, guys, leave it on the comment section. See who you think it is. Basically, we'll do this one. It's a pretty interesting person. So it's a he.
It's me.
He's had a career spanning 2 different promotions and 1 developmental territory.
Clearly
and
me.
left the WWE on bad terms for assaulting another wrestler. Who is it?
Mr. Perfect.
Sorry, Dace.
He beat Scott Hall, even though it's drunk. Does it not count because he was drunk? That's not fair.
Okay. I'll bring it on a little bit thicker with this. He also assumed a managerial role, so he wasn't necessarily a wrestling talent, but he has gotten into the ring a couple of times.
Sapphire. I don't know. I'm at a loss.
And Tony's out.
I'm thinking.
He's also had a previous stint with TNA.
Before the WWE stint? Or is this afterwards?
After. He's currently working for an independent promotion. If I say too much, you're going to get who it is.
Yeah, that's not fair. Nobody watches TNA.
And he's known of being very critical about the product. Today's
Cornette.
product.
Jim Cornette.
Can't say if you're right or not, Dace, because
I am.
it's
okay.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dace was right. It was Jim Cornette.
He's in ROH right now.
Yep.
I did not know he assaulted anybody. That's
Santino Marella.
He beat up Santino, or did?
Wow. Tennis racket.
The Boogeyman did this whole gimmick thing in OPW, and the whole roster had to sell that they were being scared. And Santino Marella was actually in the audience. He was playing this Russian at the time, and he started laughing when the Boogeyman came to the ring. And Cornette just sort of stopped the taping, singled him out, and was going on about the fact why he doesn't look scared, he's not selling it, blah blah blah, and just slapped him across his face. And because of that, they basically fired the guy.
Yeah, I'm not surprised Cornette tried to beat somebody up.
No, he actually slapped him across his face. And
Cornette face.
Played into the offices.
All right, well, there's the Ask Him. Tell us whether or not you got that right and were smarter than us, or if you were taking as long as we did. We're going to go into the hot tags now. So the first hot tag is that once again WWE has switched pay-per-views around. Now they pushed Money in the Bank from the July 15th one up to June 17th, and they've added No Way Out as the one in July. Uh, what the fuck? No Way Out was the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. It worked perfectly for that with the title. I don't know what they're planning on doing now. If they make it another cage match thing, they're gonna have a cage match pay-per-view, a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, and an Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. If they don't, then why are they calling it No Way Out? It's just bullshit. And then they're still talking about Money in the Bank possibly being at SummerSlam instead, with Wade Barrett winning that and going on the feud with CM Punk. I'm just really pissed off about this. I'm not changing my fucking pay-per-view schedule until they figure it out. Dace?
Well,
The way I see it, go back to the old names. I'm gonna stick with it. So WWE, just stop trying to do specialty pay-per-views and go back to like the In Your House or something. Fuck you.
Mike?
book better storylines. That's what you gotta do. Stop fucking around with the concept pay-per-views, man. Just basically just book better fucking storylines. You know, instead of revolving a storyline around a fucking handshake. They just don't need to go this route. And as far as I'm concerned, you can name the fucking pay-per-view In Your House for all I fucking care. Just book it properly.
Right. Braden?
So Money in the Bank's going to be at SummerSlam, but it's also got its own pay-per-view, which is originally supposed to be in July, but now it's in June. Yet they have No Way Out in July now, when Elimination Chamber should be No Way Out.
Yep.
What the I don't get it. I don't understand it. If they're just going to keep changing things like this, it might as well just go back to In Your House. I mean, they change enough that it's like we get like 2 or 3 different pay-per-views a year, it seems, and they just constantly switch. It's getting ridiculous. Waste of time.
Hot tag number 2, 1 year sober for Billy Gunn. All I gotta say, congratulations. The next 2 hot tags are gonna be beratement, but for Billy Gunn, good to know that. Hope he keeps it up. Congrats as far as I'm concerned, and from Smark out moment. Dace?
Keep up the good work. Hopefully, we'll see you maybe team up with even just for a nostalgic moment with Road Dogg. That'd be cool.
Mike?
Billy and Chuck reunite. You look so queer to me. You'd have to be drunk to do that whole fucking wedding angle. But yeah, you know what? All jokes aside, congrats, Billy. Just do me a favor and never do the rockabilly gimmick again.
And Braden?
Congratulations to him. Who'd have thunk it? But anyway, remember, he's an ass man. Damn. Yeah, cool. That's a good thing for him. Good for anybody, really.
Right.
Yeah,
And the
I
first...
believe everyone should basically just go straight edge.
Call Scott Hall. He needs some help.
Speaking of help, number 1 of these 2 that really, oh man, Balls Mahoney has a match with Marty Jannetty at some kind of independent show. The name escapes me, I don't remember. Marty Jannetty hits Balls Mahoney straight in the head with a chair, and by the end of the match, Balls Mahoney is actually throwing up. And oh god, I mean, the Pope has talked about it, and he said that Marty Jannetty put him in a lot of danger, which I mean he obviously did. He hits him with a fucking steel chair right in the head. But hey, if Balls Mahoney called on for it, then I don't know. The joke that I made on one of the YouTube pages was that Balls Mahoney was really just throwing up after thinking about his and Marty Jannetty's careers as opposed to the headshot. But they got to stop doing this shit. I mean, somebody like Balls Mahoney would definitely be the next wrestling death. So they got to watch out. Dace.
Yeah,
When it comes to that, it most likely Ball's called for it. He's always been that type. He carries a friggin' chair with him wherever he goes. But Jannetty, being a veteran, should have known, especially with the whole Benoit situation, not to have done that. So bad call on both their parts.
Mike.
it's fucking Marty Jannetty, man. Come on, he's like the opposite of Billy Gunn. He's like 1 year. He's probably like 21 years not sober. The guy probably wrestles drunk. Literally, I went to an autograph signing with him once, and he just smelt of alcohol and piss. As far as I'm concerned, both guys really needed to to make sure they're safer. I think the promotion that they were working for as well needs to basically have a bit of tight restraints on it, because you got like some of the big promotions adopting this no hitting on the fucking head policy with the steel chairs. They've got to adopt the same policy. It's and what really pisses me off, why would you hit someone across the fucking head? Usually when you're gonna have that chair position, you have your hands up, so when they strike you, you sort of fall back and the chair smacks your hand, so you've got that whole like sound coming from that without actually coming into contact with your head. Fucking morons. He's got a family as well. What's he doing?
Braden?
I just think it's a totally bad call from both men, but hey, it's the indies. Stuff like this happens. And, as bad as it gets, stuff like this continues to happen. And it's pretty dangerous out there in most of those territories. You see what those people like CZW do? They go a lot farther than what happened there. But I mean, if people's health is at risk, you can't be risking stuff like that night in and night out. Bad call. Definitely a bad call.
Another bad call with hot tag number 4. Jim Neidhart gets arrested for contempt of court and might face months of jail time. Yeah, I mean, he's been arrested quite a bit in the past year, hasn't he? What was it, like 3 times or something like that, if I remember correctly?
Yeah.
I know it was at least once. I think twice, but either way, I mean,
twice.
Neidhart's got some problems he needs to get sorted out. I feel bad for Natalia for dealing with it. If she is dealing with it, if she's not, then she needs to, because it's her dad. And, he needs to get in the same boat that the other ones are, that they're looking for the help. Dace?
It's definitely a strain on the family, regardless of like she's directly affected by it or not. It's got to be lingering on her mind. I feel sorry for her, sorry for him, and that was just a dumb call. He should have just showed up to court and did what he was supposed to.
Mike?
Yeah, no, I agree with Dace on this. I just want to point out, Jim, if you're listening to this, your daughter's fucking hot. I'll bang her.
Even when she farts. God,
Exactly.
turns me on, gets me going. Motor rolling.
Especially when she farts.
Braden?
Don't skip a court day. It's only going to make things worse. Get some help. Just get your shit sorted out, or else you'll end up on TV doing farting gimmicks, and it'll be a lot worse than what your daughter's being given. There. That's all I have to say.
So we'll
Sorry,
transition.
he said that. I was going to end that with, my knob. Anyway.
So we'll transition from talking about whether or not we think Natalia's hot to part 2, talking about the first round of the Hottest Divas and Knockouts tournament and what your votes are going to be. So check out part 2 coming up right about now.
Fart on my face, Natalia.